Okay, everybody vulnerable. West is the dealer. And West has got 14 points and a balanced hand. So it depends if East-West are playing an American-based system here with strong no-trump, or if they're playing ACOL, which is a weak no-trump. 14 points is right on the cusp. Okay, West owns one no-trump. That suggests to me they're playing a weak no-trump, 12 to 14. North has got an interesting hand, 6-5 in the red suits, but a very weak hand. So North's correct bid here is to pass. Okay, good. East should transfer to spades, so they bid 2 hearts. As a transfer to spades. East has got quite a good hand. They've got, how many points is that? 11 points. So they've got an invitational hand with 5 cards in spades. The correct approach here, with 5 cards in a major after a 1-0 trump opening, is transfer first. So you bid 2 hearts, your partner bids 2 spades. And then you bid 2 no trumps, which says I'm invitational points, and I've got 5 cards in my suit. If you're invitational with 6, you transfer and then bid 3 of your suit. So transfer 2 hearts, partner bids 2 spades, and then you bid 3 spades. But if you bid spades again, you must have 6 because you bid them twice. Now, interestingly, West has a maximum hand with 4 cards in spades. So this is one of the rare occurrences where West might break the transfer if they're playing transfer breaks. And what some East-West pairs might do here is to bid 3 spades rather than 2 spades, which would say exactly that. I've got 4 cards in your transferred suit, spades, and I've got a maximum hand. You can also be even more clever, and you can use all the bids between 2 spades and 3 spades to be a break of a transfer. So you could play that 3 diamonds is a transfer break, or 3 clubs, or 2 no trumps, or 3 hearts. There's all these different bids you can use. If you want to be more intelligent, you could bid 3 diamonds, which for me would say I've got a maximum, I've got 4 cards in spades, and I've got good diamonds. It's even more information. It looks like either East-West aren't doing that or West decided not to do that, so they complete the transfer. 95+% of the time you will just complete the transfer, because that's what a transfer is. It's a command, really. And East bid now should be 2 no trumps, showing, because they're playing a weak no trump, it would show 11 or 12. Okay, I don't mind 3 clubs either. I just think you probably ought to be a bit stronger, because you now have to play in 3 no trumps if your partner doesn't have a spade fit. So if West only had 2 spades here, the only bid they can really logically make is 3 no trumps. With 11 points opposite 12 to 14, you might not have 3 no trumps on. So I would argue that you want to be slightly stronger for this 3 club bid, something like 13 upwards, that kind of region. They're not miles away, and they've got decent shape, but for me the correct bid with East was 2 no trumps. Invitational hand, only 5 spades. If they got 6 spades, they could bid spades again, but they haven't, so 2 no trumps would be the right bid. As it happens, there's a spade fit, and West has got a maximum. So East gets away with this bid because even though they've only got 11, when they should have more like 13, their partner's got 14, so game is on. And West here is deciding, is 3 spades a forcing bid? Is there potentially a slam on? If I bid 3 spades, will my partner pass? Lots of interesting questions. And therefore, should I just jump to 4 spades, is what West is thinking, I think. I think the fact that East has just bid 3 clubs suggests they've got an opening hand, so I think 3 spades would be a forcing bid. So they could bid 3 spades for East to do some kind of control bid if they're interested in slam. As it happens, East is not interested in slam. And it also happens that West has decided to take the safe approach of, I'm just going to bid game in the spade suit. Which is the correct contract, slightly different route. I think East should rebid 2 no trumps, and then West would bid 4 spades anyway, because they're maximum with 4 spades. But anyway, West finishes in a reasonable 4-spade contract. The spades are not breaking nice. But let's see how they deal with that. So, North's on lead. I would lead anything other than a diamond, pretty much. Top of a doubleton club, not great, but not terrible. Or top of sequence in hearts, leading the 10. 10 of hearts from 10-9, that's an option. Just wouldn't lead a diamond because you've got the ace without any backup. From West's perspective, what's going to go on? They're going to need... Well, it looks to me like it's kind of a straightforward hand where they just need to rough a heart in West's hand and set East's hand up as boss. But it's going to be really awkward when the trumps break 4-0 because you're suddenly going to realise that you can't quite do everything you want to do. Low heart lead is slightly worse than the 10 of hearts. It gives South potentially more problem. Now, as it happens, South hasn't got a problem because the King Jack of hearts is pincering the Queen. So it's irrelevant what heart they led, but the 10 of hearts is a better lead when you've got 10-9. You only need 2 touching cards to lead top of a sequence against a trump contract, top of touching 2. West opts for the queen. Don't blame them. Trying to win the queen, trying to avoid a heart loser. Doesn't work. Whatever they did, they were going to fail there. So they're going to win the ace of hearts. And they may well play a low spade to the ace here, thinking if spades are 2-2, they break. I can, it's all leisurely. They're not going to get the nice news. They're going to have to cope with the spade break then. They might even cash the king of spades, which would be even worse, because then they're definitely losing the queen of spades, and they get the bad news all at the same time. Cashing the king of spades doesn't look unreasonable. It's just unfortunate that the spades are breaking in the way they are. Yeah, low spade. Okay, not bad. They get the horrible news. They know South's got the queen of spades now, but they know South's got 4 spades as well. So now it's time to reassess. Whenever you get a horrible trump break like this, you want to reassess. Do I actually want to draw all the trumps now, or do I need to do something? And what they need to do here is clear the heart from West and rough a heart in West's hand to get rid of one of those heart losers. They also ideally want to play a diamond from East towards the King-Jack to try and potentially set a diamond trick up as well. They've got a fair bit to do. I'll be playing either a diamond towards the King-Jack here, trying to set a king or jack up, or exiting a heart. That's not terrible. They're picking up the queen of spades, but they need the lead in East, and they've just used an entry. But I don't blame them for finessing spades, but it's just they might need spades in West in a second to rough a heart, so they can't afford to draw too many spades. If, for example, they draw another round of spades, which it looks like they're doing, they play the 10, leaving South with the 9, and then clear a heart, the problem they've then got is South can play another trump. South can win the heart and play another trump. So they should have cleared the heart earlier here, because they've given the defence the opportunity to strip West of that last trump, which means they can't rough the heart. So that means they're going to lose 2 hearts, and a diamond, and the trump. So they're going to go off, and probably a club as well. So now they're trying to rough the heart. It's too late now. South's going to win. Yeah, they're going to play the 9 of spades, drawing the trump, and then play another heart. Yep. West set themselves up for this, unfortunately. They needed to reassess. As soon as the trumps broke badly, they shouldn't have pressed on with trumps at that stage. They should have cleared the heart and roughed the heart first. And also play the diamond up whilst they were in East. Good defence from South. Hop in with the jack of hearts quickly. Take the trump off West. Good defence. And covering the jack of spades too was good defence. North wins this. Best defence now by North. I understand why they did that, but that's not the best defence. The best defence was to play a heart and make them rough, and make them guess where the ace of diamonds is. The ace of diamonds isn't going anywhere. We know West has got diamonds in their hand because they're balanced. They must have diamonds left. Your ace of diamonds is not going anywhere. You've given East-West the rest of the tricks now. Okay, you've taken the contract off, but you would have taken it off more. If you play a heart, they have to rough in East. Then they have to guess where the ace of diamonds is. They have to finesse, blah, blah, blah. They're now playing a heart, but it's too late, because now, when they rough, they throw away a little club. They cross to the king of clubs. They cash the king of diamonds, and they get the very pretty news that the queen of diamonds falls, so the jack of diamonds becomes good. So the cash of the ace of diamonds by North's given the diamonds away here. They should have just played a heart, held on to the ace of diamonds, then they would have got it more off. At least another trick. But now West is forced into the correct line of play here, which is a low club to the king. Cash the king of diamonds. The queen appears. Oh, aren't I lucky? Cash the jack of diamonds. They're forced into that. That's the only line of play they have. So North's given them kind of a bit of breathing room here. Okay. West has just done something really odd. They've just cashed a club and left themselves on dummy with losing clubs. Don't know why they did that. So West has given that back. Had South held on to another club, they would have potentially had another winner, depending on where the 9 was. I'm not sure where the 9 of clubs was. I think it was with North, actually. Yeah, so West could have gone one fewer off. Having said that, North gave that to them by cashing the ace of diamonds. So the correct play here was, I don't blame them for drawing trumps at trick 1, or 2 rather, when they got the lead with the ace of hearts. But then when they got news of the 4-0 break, they needed to rough that heart before continuing drawing the trumps. So I would have, okay, low spade to the ace, fine. When you get the bad news, now I would play either a diamond or a heart up. A diamond up looks reasonable because you're setting a diamond trick up potentially. So when you play a diamond from East, if South has the ace of diamonds, logic says that they will probably go in with the ace of diamonds because they're worried about never making their ace. So when South doesn't play the ace of diamonds, you psychologically might be being bluffed, but assuming that they would play the ace if they had it, you should finesse with the jack, which provokes North ace. That gives you a discard. With the king of diamonds being a winner now, you can throw away one of your clubs. Then you will lose a diamond, a club, and a heart. And then it's all about, can you pick the spades up? I don't think you can because of the queen 9. So I think the best defense and best play will probably lead to you going one off. Unfortunately, it's because everything's wrong, really. Trumps are breaking 4-0. You're missing the 9 of trumps, which becomes important. The king of hearts is in the wrong hand, etc., etc. So it's a horrible hand. You're never really going to make it unless you get some misdefense. But the way West played it, they were certainly going off. Should really have gone off 2. And I mean, I appreciate they did go off 2, but they had an opportunity to only go off 1 with the misdefense from North. Interesting hand, but not nice for East-West.